Chapter 1. Summary. The porch sitters are spread out on the front porch of Phoebe and Sam Watson's home, happy to be free of the responsibilities of their long day's labor. They are astonished to see a bedraggled and weary-looking Janie Starks trudging into town, then turning her face in their direction. The women see her as a disaster, but the men see her as still possessing physical attraction. Janie speaks, acknowledges them, and goes on, and their indignation is great. How could she have the nerve not to stop and explain why she went off a year and a half ago in a blue satin dress and now she returns in dirty overalls? Surely her husband, they assume she married the man, the guitar-playing, roving tea-cake, took her money and probably went off with a younger woman. After all, Tea-Cake was nearly 10 years younger than Janie. They believe that Janie should have stopped and talked to them. The inherent jealousy of the women is quite apparent. Janie's friend Phoebe defends her to the porch sitters. Phoebe believes that Janie does not have to share any of her personal business with them. Assuming that Janie is hungry, Phoebe volunteers to take Janie a pot of mulatto rice, and soon she finds her way through the darkness to Janie's back steps. Phoebe's motive is not completely unselfish. She is quietly certain that Janie will talk to her and explain what happened during the past year and a half. Janie welcomes her friend and the gift of food. She informs Phoebe that Tea-Cake did not run off with the money that Joe left her. She reveals that the money is safe in the bank, but Tea-Cake is dead. After Janie has rested for a while, cleaned and soothed her tired feet, and enjoyed the rice, she tells Phoebe about her months with Tea-Cake. Commentary. Their eyes were watching God opens with a focus on judgment, a powerful and prevalent theme in the novel. As Janie returns to Eatonville after a lengthy absence, the porch sitters treat her especially harshly when talking about her. They make it their business to criticize her past actions and her present appearance, while ultimately judging her. This theme of judgment will continue throughout the novel, as Janie will be judged by her husbands and others. Thus, the character of Janie Mae Crawford Killicks Starks Woods, the novel's 40-year-old heroine, is introduced as she endures the judgments of the porch sitters. Readers will come to know Janie as a strong, independent, free-spirited woman who strives to define herself rather than allow others to determine who she is. In the novel, Janie encounters many people who attempt to define her by her beauty or by her relationships with others, just as the porch sitters do in the first chapter. Besides Janie, Phoebe Watson is introduced as Janie's loyal confidant and best friend. In this chapter, Phoebe, who is genuine and kind, contrasts with the porch sitters, who are mean and superficial. Phoebe shows true care and concern for her friend as she offers Janie rice as well as a listening ear. While the character of Phoebe is minor in the novel, she represents true friendship for Janie. The end of the chapter sets the format for the remainder of the novel. Janie tells Phoebe that she cannot tell her about her experiences without relating the events of her life. This first chapter takes place in the present, while the remaining chapters, until the last, are composed of Janie's recollections of her past. Glossary. Here and in the following chapters, difficult words and phrases, as well as allusions and historical references, are explained. Porch sitters. Hard-working farmers and laborers, men and women who work for someone else, a white boss. Only in the evening do they gain control of their time. Janie's late husband, Joe Starks, seems to be the only man in Eatonville who didn't work for someone else. That old 40-year-old woman. A reference to Janie. The remark, by a woman, about a woman, is made out of spite and envy. Although Janie is 40 years old, she is still an attractive woman, much to the annoyance of the women. Banderlog. Possibly a long log that people sat on while they bantered, joked, and gossiped. Fall to their level.